Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hello, good day everyone. Welcome to the course Matlab Programming for Beginners. In the first topic, we will talk about the flow charting in programming. Flow charting, what and why? A flow chart is a diagram that represents the workflow involved in a program. It may include data, algorithms for mathematical calculations, sequential processes showing the step-by-step procedures, and the output. They are interconnected to each other using arrows. Flowchart is important to help programmers develop the most efficient coding because it provides overview about the sequential process. In our daily action can actually be visualized in a flowchart. For examples, if we feel a headache, our next action is to check the body temperature if we have a high fever or not. Can be identified by taking the body temperature. If the body temperature is less than 37 degrees Celsius, then our action is to take a rest. However, if the body temperature is high, more than 37 degrees Celsius, we need to further check if we have a cough and short breath. If no, then take a rest. But if yes, we need to see the doctor to further check up. This is a simple example of flow charting of our daily action if we have a headache. In computer programming, our step-by-step procedures can be visualized with a flowchart too. Basic symbols. There are three basic symbols in flow charting. One is the terminal that represents the starting and ending points. It is represented by the rounded rectangles. Two is the input and output operations represented by parallelograms. Three, the process that is represented by a rectangle showing a process such as mathematical computations or variable assignments. This diagram shows an example of flowchart for calculating the mean of wind speed data from 20 observations. It begins with the terminal, start terminal. Then the program displays a message, enter values of wind speed, which is an output. It then reads the input of 20 observations wind speed data. Now the program processes the input data for calculating the mean values based on the mathematical algorithm. The mean value is displayed and the program ends. There are other symbols could be used in flowchart. Decision represented by a diamond. The connector is represented by a circle that functions to connect the second flowchart segments where the first segment ends. The module indicates the point that the module is executed and a separate flowchart can be constructed. A module could be a function in a separate script. Flowchart structures. There are four main structures in flowcharting: sequence, decisions, repetition, and case. The sequence is a series of action that is performed in sequential orders. The decisions is where one or more actions can be performed when a condition is met. In this example, a condition is set: x is smaller than y. If this is true, then the program will execute an action that calculates a as x times 5. Otherwise, the program will perform actions that calculate a as x minus y. The next structure is repetition. These structures usually involve looping, and a loop must eventually terminate it, otherwise infinite looping is created. And the last structures is the case. In the case structures, several conditions are set, and the program will execute when the condition is met. For examples, in the case of household income, there are three conditions are set. Case 1 is the household income in the category of B40. If this condition is fulfilled, then a bonus amounting 1,000 will be given. Case 2 is the household income in category M40. The bonus is given is 500. Other than those two cases, bonus of 100 will be given. In the next videos, we will learn about the introduction to Matlab programming. Thank you for listening.